day at a time, I'm learning to abide by God's will. I'm still in primary stage. Just imagine how he can make you feel. My life's journey is definitely a true testimony. So is yours, and let's celebrate in harmony.
Serving an extraordinary God, Psalms 40. But I'm going to be leading on to there as other speakers are going to be talking about how extraordinary, marvelous, and miraculous our God is. And I'm kind of like going back a little to kind of remember all that God has done and how powerful he is. And so I'm going to take it back to Exodus 14. And the beginning of the name of this devotion, because I do devotionals, it's out of a devotion, but this really, it so I want to share this. It's called Do Not Forget. The Israelites witnessed miracle after miracle, even as the shackles of slavery fell off their ankles. They were protected by the goodness of God from the Egyptian plagues, and were led by his goodness out of Egypt. But the most miraculous display of God's goodness was when he shored up the waves of the Red Sea to open a path for their escape. I can picture the Israelites looking up like bewildered tourists at the water, which rose like glass skyscrapers on either side. Wow, look at that. God is amazing. They must have exclaimed. If you want to hear how thrilled they were, read Exodus 15. The people were so excited that they went on for 21 verses later. In Exodus 15:24, their joy turned sour. It seems that for 3 days they traveled in the desert without finding water. So the people did what? They grumbled. It was as if the miracle of the Red Sea had never happened. The excitement of the Israelites' songs and praises faded all too quickly when they ran into a little trouble. The irony is, they grumbled about water. Didn't they recall that God could do wonderful things with water? They had just watched him hold back a whole sea of water. Yet they couldn't trust God for his goodness even for 3 short days. How quickly they forgot. Yet, how quickly we forget. We are slow to remember God's goodness, yet quick to complain. We doubt the protection and provision of our God. Perhaps we ought to take the advice God gave those Israelites in Deuteronomy 4:9. Only be grateful and watch yourselves closely so that you do not forget the things your eyes have seen. That's one verse we ought not to forget. And I also think about, and I just put it on here, just if you get the time, read about the manna and quail from heaven. Exodus 16:1-36, that's another miraculous thing that God has done. Because there's nobody can rain food from heaven but God. But God. And so I would like also, real quickly, to ask everybody to close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes for a minute. And just think about, you are standing at a sea full of water. And there is no other way for you to get away from your danger. All of a sudden, the water parts, and you see dry land. Even though you have been complaining about your problems and not trusting God enough, He has parted a sea of water for you to escape through dry land. He is forming this miracle all because he loves you. Through complaints and all because he is a miraculous God and very extraordinary. God is wonderful.
He said my foot on a fireplace stand. That just reminds me of the song by Maya Angelou. Still I rise. I have been talked about, put down by family, strangers, and so-called friends, but I'm still here. Yes, the devil gives me sometimes, and I cry, and I wish I was more beautiful, or smarter, or richer, but I'm here, and God has given me everything I need. He said, you have everything you wish. You are smart, you make the demons loose. You are rich, just look around and get stuff. And you are beautiful because you look just like me. All right. He put a new song in the third scripture is, he put a new song in my mouth. Instead of complaining all the time, because I still do, it takes time to bring it all happen. But I now know, but now I see the positive in the small things. I thank him more, and I say thank you, God. Thank you, God, for giving me my twins, for allowing them to make it at only 3 pounds. And yes, my son is with you now, and I thank you for just letting me have him for the short time that I did, because he didn't have to make it when he was born. He was tiny and premature. And I thank him for allowing me to have him, and for not letting him die by me. That I've been working. I thank you. I thank you for allowing me to be strong and right. That's all right. And so others can see how much love and how awesome you really are. In scripture time, I would never be able to tell all you have done. He has done so much for me on a daily basis. The stuff that could happen for accidents all that. Thank God for Jesus. He's blessed me. And then scripture 11. You, Lord, never fail to have pity on me. Your love and faithfulness always keeps me secure. And me, I have a security blanket. It's soft, it makes her feel good. When she's playing, she throws it anywhere, but always comes back to it. God has made me feel so secure. I know in Nehemiah past, people asked me about sleeping, and I slept good because he was my security blanket. He wrapped his arms around me and kept me. At times I have not given him credit, or I have tossed him to the side,